Welcome back my Earthtechs. We are going to replace the back glass of this Galaxy S22 Ultra. Before we move to the back glass replacement, we need to hit the camera glass area to replace the broken camera lens first, and then we can move on the replacement of the back glass. For this back glass replacement, I chose the cheapest option, which is replacing only the glass and transferring the camera bezel. I already did a dedicated camera glass replacement on this device. We need to hit the area where we have the broken camera glass and then use our tool to remove the broken glass. While removing the broken glass, try to minimize as much as possible the piece of glass that can fall inside the camera bezel. After going under the glass and cutting the double-sided tape, use the tweezers to remove the double-sided tape and the broken glass attached on it. We have successfully removed two broken camera glass, and we are going to remove the third one, which is the glass on the small sensor that we have on the back of this device. The removal here is a little bit tricky because the glass is very small, so we need to do it carefully in order to not damage anything. A few gentle tap on the back of the device is going to get rid of all the dust, debris and particle of glass. The replacement is very simple. We just need to remove the camera glass and then do the installation on the camera bezel. The glass covering the sensor has been installed. We just need to do the same for the two other camera glass. This is the camera glass for the 10x camera. After laying the camera glass inside the camera bezel, you just need to apply a little bit of pressure that is going to help the camera glass stick more inside the camera bezel. While removing the camera glass from the protecting film, make sure that you do not touch the camera on the inside because you will leave fingerprint and it's going to be hard to remove them. All the camera glass are on. Technically, it is possible to change all the camera glass after you remove the back glass with the camera glass attached on it, and I do recommend you do that if you're going to replace the back glass of your device. The next step is going to heat the device thoroughly for 2 to 3 minutes. You can use a heat gun for efficiency. If you have a hairdryer, you can use that, but it is going to take more time to have the device at the right temperature. After the device has been warmed up, you need to use one of your guitar pick to start lifting the back glass of the device. You can choose to use a metal tool to remove the back glass, but keep in mind that you could leave some scratch on your device. So only use a metal tool if you have enough experience. Using a metal tool will help you start the removal process of the back glass more easily. A few minutes have passed. We need to reheat the device again to make the removal process more easily and without too much scratch on the device. If you're going to use a metal tool, I'm using this green scalpel and it is very flexible, and I'm applying some upward pressure while going to the other side of the device. So I'm not going to leave any scratch on this device because the blade is not touching the frame of the device. Again, anytime it gets a little bit difficult to move, remember to hit the device because it is going to let you remove the back glass without too much stress. As you can see, we went through 95% of the back glass and I think it is ready to be removed. The removal process is very easy. Try not to apply too much force where we have the camera bezel because we are going to reuse that camera bezel, and there is no point to use some excessive force in removing the back glass. The only case you can use excessive force to remove the back glass, like in 1 minute, is if you have a full back glass that you're going to install on the device. For us here, we need to remove the camera bezel. To do that, we need to hit the camera bezel area for at least 1 to 2 minutes, and then we are going to try to remove it safely without bending anything. Here again, if you use too much force, you're going to bend the camera bezel and it won't sit right on the new camera glass. This is going to have some consequence on your cameras, and the cameras might not focus and be blurry all the time. And here, after this removal, some of the double-sided tape has been left on the old back glass. As you can see, the design of the camera bezel is clearly 90% of the S21 Ultra. This is two identical camera bezel for the Galaxy S22 Ultra. The one on the right is the one that we are going to install, but the one on the left is the camera bezel that I just removed out of the old back glass. It fell and broke, so I had to use a new one. For the installation of the camera bezel, we need to use some B7000. Here I'm using T7000. It is basically the same thing. You're going to apply the B7000 around the camera bezel and going to install it inside the camera glass. That is what you need to do if you're transferring your old camera bezel onto the new back glass. The one I'm installing right now has some double-sided tape on it, so that is why I didn't use B7000 or T7000 on it. That one had some fresh new double-sided tape ready to be used. In case you have some residual tape or some double-sided tape on the frame of your device, after removing the back glass, you need to clean everything before we start the installation of the new back glass. Cleaning is mandatory if you want your new back glass to stick onto your device for a long time. All the cleaning is done, the device is ready, but we need to prep the new back glass before we install it. You can use anything that won't break the back glass, but apply some pressure on the double-sided tape all around. And after that, you're going to remove the protecting film on the back of the back glass. After that has been done, we need to remove the protecting film on the camera glasses. In your case, if you transfer the camera bezel from your old camera glass, you're not going to do that. To install the back cover of a S22 Ultra, we are going to align the back glass with the frame of the device first. This is important because we need to observe all around the device to make sure everything looks normal before starting to apply some pressure on all four corners for the back glass to start to stick onto the frame of the device. Everything is clear, everything is good. We can start to apply some pressure with our fingers on all four corners of this device. This is going to help the device get sealed better and longer. With the massive camera sticking out of the S22 Ultra, you're going to be a little bit careful not to apply pressure directly on the camera ring. After a few moments of applying pressure on the device, take your time to inspect everything, all four corners, to make sure everything is aligned perfectly and you do not see any damage on your device. In my other back glass replacement video, I do use some clamps to keep the pressure applied on the device for at least 10 to 20 minutes. If you're going to follow the same thing on your Galaxy S22 Ultra, make sure that you do not apply those clamps directly on the camera ring. That is going to cause some damage on your device. Parts and tools are in the description. See you in my next video.